Thank you very much, Sunim. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I would like to say a few words about the original Buddha Temples initiative, which appeared in the Quantum School of Zen this year. With this initiative, we draw inspiration from the Buddha Shakyamuni's enlightenment story. So, as you probably know, Buddha spent the final days of his practice before we got enlightenment, and sometime after this, sitting under a tree, Ficus religiosa, which we call the Bodhi tree. And this tree provided him with protection from sun and from light rain. But one day, very heavy rain came, and this tree was not enough. So a king of snakes called Mukalinda came and spread his hood over Buddha's head, so Buddha could continue meditation. And finally, one morning he saw the morning star and attained enlightenment. So this was the first Buddhist temple, a tree, a human being sitting under this tree, and animal cooperating with this, with Buddha, with what he was doing. And this picture is probably the most known Buddhist symbol. You know, you can see it on many statues and many paintings. This symbol, this tree, Buddha, and the snake with its hood over Buddha's head, represents something which we call the middle way. So, 100 years ago, actually people were not using the word Buddhism. They were not saying, I'm practicing Buddhism. They were usually saying, I am practicing Buddha Dharma, or I'm following Buddha Dharma, or they were saying, I'm following the middle way. If somebody heard middle way, they already knew this is the teaching of Buddha. So this is not some part of Zen teaching. This is not some part of Buddhist teaching. It's actually middle way is Buddhism. This is what we do. What is middle way? Now, this middle way means practicing and living in harmony, in balance. And well, some people may ask why Buddha was practicing under a tree. He was a prince. He was a very wealthy man. He could actually order to build a temple in his palace. You know, a temple, you know, like we are doing now, with wood walls, soundproof, so he could sit quiet there with roof. So the tree and snake would be not necessary. But you know, this palace and this wall, those walls of this palace are also symbolic. They represent this primary disconnection between Buddha and the world of suffering. So he knew nothing about this world. He knew nothing about the needs of all the sentient beings, which finally he decided to save from suffering. So in order to help them, he had to leave the palace. He had to go beyond the walls. And he practiced outside. He practiced in the nature with all those sentient beings. And as Jan said in his beautiful talk, we have a lot of huge problems now. And all of these problems are because we are totally disconnected from our origins. We are totally disconnected from the natural world. We are living in palaces like Buddha in the beginning was. Around these palaces are huge walls. Those palaces are sometimes physical. You know, our cities, our homes, our all creations we make, but also there are mental palaces, palaces of circles of what we are interested in, palaces of media, palaces of internet, of things like that. So we live in these small places and we don't care actually what is going outside. And all our knowledge about nature, about the natural world, is from those media, is from internet, it's from television. Sometimes we go to a zoo or maybe on a safari, but actually we have no real experience with the natural world. So, yeah, in order to help with all these problems, and in order to go back to our to the way we should go, to the middle way, to bring back balance, to bring back harmony, we have to reconnect with this natural world, both in our lives and in our practice. So this is why the original Buddha Temples initiative started. We are going to create new places for practice and for cooperation with nature. We are going back to the Buddha Shakyamuni's experience. And so we are going to create temples with no buildings, with no walls, with no roofs. We are just going to buy land and give it back to nature and to help to re-establish natural ecosystems there. Because we have taken too much of land on this planet. We are only one specimen. There are 8.7 million species on this planet. We are only one. And we have taken most of this planet for ourselves. It's time to start giving it back. Because, like Jan said, we can't save this world alone with our wonderful technologies. This is not possible. But the original Buddha companions, plants, animals, natural world, is capable of doing this. Is capable of solving all these problems. We just have to give back, homes to those snakes, animals, trees, and all these creatures, which we are going to save, but actually which we need also to save us. So this year we, Woodsden Center organized the Yamen Jongjin. The first Yamen Jongjin organized by our center, which was like Buddha was doing it. So under trees, we were sitting under trees and we made a short video about it. So maybe let's watch this video now.
Namakalaya Parugija Savaraya Bodhisadavaya Mahasadavaya Mahagarunikaya Om Salvavaya Sudarana Garaya Dasamyong Namakari.
Thank you very much. Original Buddha Temple project is not only about going outside and practicing under the trees. In the Quantum School of Zen, every day we repeat 4 great vows. And the first of them is sentient beings are numberless. We vow to save them all. So the first step in helping all those sentient beings is to stop hurting them. And well, let's do it. So the first Sangha of Buddha, they were just meditating and learning, first from Buddha, then from the teacher who came after him, learning sutras and learning about Buddhism. They were not working. They were, if they needed food or clothes, they were just going to towns and villages and begging for it. This was the rule. Until Zen Master Pai Chang came. Zen Master Pai Chang changed this completely. He created a rule: a day without work is a day without food, which meant that monks in the monastery had to earn everything they use. If they wanted to eat, they have to earn this. If they wanted clothes, they have to earn this. So this is very important. From this moment, in Zen practice, work became the essential part, an essential part of Zen practice. Not only meditation, but also work. And we are doing this in all Zen centers. We have work as part of our practice. So this is because we shouldn't be a burden for others. We should, if we need something, we have to work to get it. But sometime later, another great Zen master appeared, Zen Master Joju, with a new teaching. So once a monk came to Zen Master Joju and said, "Master, I'm here in this monastery for a long time already, and you haven't given me any instructions. I don't know how to practice. Please teach me." Joju said, "Have you had your breakfast?" "Yes, I have." "Then go and wash your bowls." Upon hearing this monk attained enlightenment. So like with many Kongans, this one has multiple layers of teaching. And one of them is obviously teaching about everyday mind. But there is another layer of teaching. Whatever you do, whatever you use, you have to clean up after doing this. So not only you should earn this, but also you have to clean up. So in our modern lives, in the time of global warming, all the crises, environmental crises we have, it's very important to understand that cleaning doesn't mean just, moving things out of our sight. So we keep our homes clean and tidy, our working place, our temples, but throwing things away is not a real cleaning. So we are one with the whole world. So if we want to help all sentient beings, if we don't want to be burdenful for all sentient beings, we have to clean up after all our actions. So for example, now, I'm talking to you, and by talking to you, I am generating carbon emissions because I'm using electricity, I'm using internet, I'm using different electronic devices. Even if you can see beautiful nature behind me, I'm surrounded by many devices, and all of them generate carbon dioxide. So I may think, well, but I am doing a noble thing now. I am giving a speech about climate change, original Buddha temples project, etc. So it's worth doing it because I'm inspiring people to do better. But I don't know, maybe you will be inspired, maybe not. One thing is certain, I am generating carbon emissions now. So if I can't bring it back, I shouldn't say a word. So fortunately I can. And you can do it too. So Original Buddha Temples initiative is also about this. It's about cleaning up after everything we do, cleaning up the air. So, because by creating these places, we are giving back land to the natural ecosystems. We are creating forests, and those natural ecosystems will take back our carbon emissions. So for every hour project, we calculate the ratio between the money we invest in this project and the carbon which we take back from the atmospheric pool. So we are using a system which is called carbon offsetting. You probably heard about the system because there are many carbon offsetting projects around the world. Many of them are wonderful. This is just one more. And we are doing it inside Quantum School of Zen. That means that you should first calculate your emissions. So you should be aware how much exactly you are emitting, you are contributing to the atmosphere. And then if you know it, you can see where you can reduce it, because it's very important to reduce. Zen Master Sung San used to teach, don't go anywhere if you have no business. This is very important. So we are doing a lot of things which we actually have no business doing. We are traveling too much, we own too much, we are doing a lot of things we don't have to do, and we work too much, and all this generates carbon emissions. So if we know, what our emissions are, we can reduce them. But some are impossible to reduce. So some are unavoidable, and those we should offset, which means we should take care of taking them back. And if you want, you can try to do this with the Original Buddha Temples projects. You can visit our website, originalbuddhatemple.org, and you will find the information there. This website is actually under construction, so some buttons are not working. And we have already first project there starting now. You can't actually donate to this project today, but probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow it will be possible. You can also follow us on Facebook, or you can contact our regional members of the global Original Buddha Temple Initiative Committee. It is Zen Master Jokbom in America, Myung Gansun in Asia, and I'm doing this for you. So thank you very much.